everybody, Sir Beaton here and welcome back to another past paper practice video. In this video, we will be looking at another number theory question. So let's head straight into it. So this question says, a sequence of figures is made up of stars using dots and sticks of different lengths. The first three figures in the sequence are shown below. So we have figure 1, and then we have figure 2, and then we have figure 3 being shown in this page here. So it says, study the pattern of numbers in each row of the table below. So this is the table they're referring to. Each row relates to a figure in the sequence of figures stated above. Some rows have not been included in the table. So they want us to complete the rows 1, 2, and 3, as we always have to. So we have figure 1, number of sticks and the number of dots. So we see for figure 1, we have 12 sticks, which is S, and 13 dots. For figure 2, we have 24 and then 25. So we already see that it's the number of dots is increasing by 1 based on the number of sticks. So for figure 3, we have 36 and 37. For figure 4, we have 48 and 49. So you already see whatever answer we get here, we just have to add 1 to it to get this one. So how can we move from figure 1 to figure 12? So simply put, you can just simply multiply 1 by 12, that will give you 12. If you multiply 2 by 12, you'll get 24. Multiply 3 by 12, you'll get 36. 4 by 12, you'll get 48. So the pattern works, we just have to multiply by 12. So to get the fifth, for the fifth figure, just simply multiply 5 by 12. That would give me the 60 here. And then I just add 1 to the 60, which would be 61. And for this here, I see I just have to divide this 156 by 12, and that would give me the figure here. So I punch in my calculator, 156 divided by 12, and that would give me 13. And then I see I just add 1 to this number to get this one here. This would be 157. And to get for nth term, so for n, so we see whatever number is here, we're just multiplying this number by 12 to get this number. So this here would simply be 12 times n, which would be 12n. And to get for this one here, this one is probably one of the easiest one that we look at so far. We just add 1 to this one here. So this would be 12n plus 1. And as you get all of the marks there. So let's move on. And that is how we complete this table. So this question says, the sum of the number of dots in 2 consecutive figures are recorded. This information for the first 3 pairs of consecutive figures are shown in the table below. So we have figure 1 and 2. We have 13 plus 25, we get 38. For figure 2, we have 25 plus 37, we get 62. And for figure 3, we have 37 plus 49. So they want us to show for figures 7 and 8. So first of all, we need to find the sum of 2 consecutive dots. So we need to find the number of dots in figure 8 and figure 7. So the formula to find the number of dots is 12n plus 1. So 12n plus 1, so for figure 7, we see n is equal to 7 here. So the number of dots is represented by d. So d will be equal to 12n plus 1. So d would be equal to 12 times 7 plus 1. So we multiply 12 by 7, we'll get 84. So 84 plus 1. So the number of dots will be 84 plus 1, it's 85. So 85 will be the number of dots for figure 7. And for figure 8, we know it will be, n would be equal to 8. So d, the number of dots will be 12. Instead of n, we'll have 8 plus 1. So the number of dots will be 12 times 8 is 96 plus 1. So the number of dots will be 96 plus 1 is 97. So the sum of the total number of dots in figure 8 and 9 would be, so the total number of dots would be simply 85 plus 97. That would give us 182. So therefore, we can say the total number of dots for figures 7 and 8 would be 182. You just add the 85 plus the 97. So the last question says, the total number of dots for figures n and figure n plus 1. So what we can do, we can use the same formula. So the number of dots would be 12 times n plus 1. So for figure n, so this was going for 2 marks. So for figure n, we know in this case n is equal to n. So we have the formula is number of dots would be 12n plus 1. So 12n plus 1. So we already have that already. So no need to do any sort of working for figure n. And for figure n plus 1, we'll have, so in this case, n is equal to n plus 1. So the number of dots will be equal to 12. Instead of n, we'll have n plus 1, and then we plus 1 here. So replacing n with n plus 1. So replacing n with n plus 1, that is the figure that we want to find. So we work this out, we use some algebra. So we have 12 multiplied by n will be 12n, and 12 multiplied by 1 will give me plus 12, and then I add the 1. So the number of dots in this figure will be 12n plus 12 plus 1 would be 13. So the number of dots in this figure will be 12n plus 13. So remember, in order to find the number of dots in these two figures, you just add this and this together. So you can say, therefore, the total number of dots would be equal to, so we'll have 12n plus 1 plus 12n plus 13. So we do some algebra. So we put the 12n and the 12n together. So we'll have 12n plus 12n plus 1. And then we put the plus 13 together. We put the numbers now together. So we'll have 12n plus 12n will be 24n. And 1 plus 13 will be 14. So therefore, the total number of dots when we add figure n and figure n plus 1 would be 24n plus 14. And that is how we get our 2 marks. And with that, this has brought me to the end of this video on number theory. And we saw this was a slightly different approach, but the same concept remains. So with that, I'll see you in the next video, in the next past paper practice video. Until then, remember to keep practicing, and take care.